Rory and I are on a walk, and I got to tell you, it is so hot right now again in Florida that this morning on Rory's walk, he and his friend Teddy had to stop and eat ice cream. But now on his afternoon walk, we run into the same animals every single day. Every day when I walk Rory, we come over here about this time, and there's these two little baby armadillos. As a former news director, I want to pull the curtain back a little bit. When it comes to talent, news directors play your ego to actually help them. How often do you hear a talent say that they are leaving the station to, quote, spend more time with their family? Now, more importantly, how often do you believe them? Exactly. Probably 80 to 90% of the time when the talent says they are leaving to spend more time with their family, it's complete bullshit. They're getting pushed out, and management is using their ego to help them do that. Nowadays, it's not uncommon for, as an anchor's contract comes up, for the company to offer them a big pay cut. And there's a few reasons for that. One is they just feel like the anchor's making too much money and the station's not bringing in as much money as they were in the past, or as much money as the stockholders would like them to make, so they cut the anchor's salary. The second is they feel like the anchor has been there so long and is so comfortable and so entrenched in the area that they know they can offer them a $25,000 or $30,000 pay cut and they're not going anywhere. So they've kind of lost their bargaining power. And last but not least, management offers that huge pay cut hoping that they'll push you out the door and they don't have to have that uncomfortable conversation with you as they tried to get rid of you. And they know that because talent has such a huge ego, they will buy into this. I love when talent, in the rare case when they're honest, and when they say on social media or they say, you know, to the newspaper or whoever's talking to them, this isn't what I wanted. I did not want to leave the station. Because what that does is that causes major heartache for the station. They push you out the door. The viewers that loved you, they lash out at the station. They lash out on social media. They lash out in a number of different ways. So, I mean, some of them actually start picketing the station. And this is the worst thing for a general manager or news director, to look outside and see people carrying signs in support of you who has left the station. But most of the time, management knows. They'll call you in, they'll have a conversation, and they'll say, well, we're going to let you announce however you want to go. I mean, you can say you want to spend more time with your family, or you could say, you know, it's just time, or it's time to try something different. They love that. They love when you buy into that because it doesn't make them the bad guy. So when you leave the station and you say it was my idea, how many times do you hear an anchor say, this was completely my idea and they offered me a very generous new contract? Again, 80 to 90% of the time, they were offered a pay cut. I mean, how many other jobs right now are there? How many other jobs right now are happening, whether you're working at Target, McDonald's, or a bank, or wherever? How many jobs are people going in at the end of the year and their boss is telling them, we're going to cut your pay? TV news is one of the few places that this is happening. If a talent sat down after getting offered a pay cut and decides to walk, good for them. If they post on social media, I wanted to stay, but they offered me a $35,000 pay cut, at the same time they just got more retransmission money from the local cable station, how do you think that plays? But management knows that because of the big egos in this business, people never want to admit that they got offered a huge pay cut. They don't want to admit they got pushed out. They don't want to admit they got fired. So management uses that to their advantage, and in turn, it works great for them in the public eye because they can always just say, oh, you know, we offered her a new deal and she decided not to stay. But if that anchor says, yeah, they offered me a new deal for $40,000 less than I'm making, I think a lot of people would relate with that anchor. The best thing you can do is be honest as to why you're leaving the station. It's not going to hurt your future job prospects at all. Not one bit. And at the same time, it's going to put the heat on the station, and that's who deserves it. After all, they're the one pushing you out the door, and they're hoping that your giant ego is going to help them do that. So like I said, being fired in this business is not bad, but when you let management use your ego against you, that is bad. Put the ego aside, tell the truth. It'll make you look better, and it will also put a little heat on management. And that's exactly what they deserve. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up. Let me get my sign out. Please like and subscribe. So you just go down there to the bottom, right down there, and you press the subscribe button. And then you can also hit the thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. And I'll see you next time. Later. Bye.